Yo guys, it's Trixie here, and as you may know, I've been in hospital as I posted on my wall. Here's a badge with my name on it. Can't really see it, but fuck it. So basically, I overdosed on Paracetamol. I don't know what milligram they are, but basically, I got up at 2 o'clock one night and I had really, really bad toothache. As you can see, my teeth are fucked and really need sorting out, but I'm pretty scared of the dentist. But I guess I'm gonna have to do it anyway. But yeah, so basically, I got up. I had like 4 paracetamols, and it didn't work. So I had more, like four, another four, and then I had cocodamol, and then I had more paracetamol, and I had to just way too much, way too much. So it went. So then I went to bed. Um, I got up, queasy as anything. I felt like I had really bad acid, so I just relaxed anyway. I thought, fuck it, it'd be nothing. Just lay on my side, go to bed. And I felt it. I thought, mate, something's coming out there. I thought, oh fuck it. So I ran to the bathroom, waited like a second, it just came out, and I don't want to explain it, but basically I was sick, and I told my fiance I was sick, and she's very cautious. Her mum works for NHS, so she called her up. She says, "Listen, what do we do about this? He keeps being sick constantly." It was like every 15 minutes and then every half hour. And then my mum came round. She looked after me too. She's like, it'll pass over. So then my dad gave me lansoprazole to calm it down. Didn't really work. And then I was sick again and again, and Katie's like, no, we're not having this. My fiance says, we're not having this. She's called a mum up, and mum says, yep, call an ambulance. So I'm like, come on, this is a bit much, I'll stop being sick soon. Which I didn't. So then she called ambulance, so yeah, over there in like half an hour. Well, they didn't say they were going to be half an hour, but they were probably longer than half an hour, a bit despicable to be honest, but they did it. So I went outside to wait for him with my brother, because he was out there chilling, and I was sick again, and then again, and then again, and then my mum came out to give me some mouth wipes. She's like, mate, my mum does not like it when, obviously her kids are being sick like crazy, and then they came, and then, me feel, as soon as I'm sick, I feel completely normal, like I can just relax, chill out, do what I'm doing, and then as soon as I feel it again, I'm stressing out, I'm sweating again, it's bad as fuck. And she's like, oh yeah, well, come and sit down, come lay down. So I'm laid down, just in the car feeling normal, because I was just sick like 10 minutes ago. And she's like, you know, trying to be normal and nice to me, like, how you doing, what happened? So I tell her, she's like, mate, you're ridiculous. Let's get going. So we get going, I'm fucking the ambulance is bumping about. I'm feeling queasy as fuck, and then she says, oh, we're going the wrong way, let's go all the way back. And I'm like, mate, I'm going to be sick, you need to fucking get me to hospital. So then I can stop being fucking pushed around, because I'm fucking going to be sick. So I'm being sick, and then I'm looking in the barrel of sick, what I'm holding, I mean not the barrel, the cup of sick, and I'm like, mate, I'm being sick in it again. And then I'm pushing it out, thinking if I get rid of it, I get rid of it. And I'm sat there again, chilling. Katie takes a picture, I'm there like that. I'll show you on screen. And then we get there, and she says, oh mate, we got you a wheelchair. I'm like, mate, I always wanted to go in a wheelchair. Even when I broke my leg on skateboard, I still didn't get a fucking wheelchair, because I just, went home and dealt with it, I guess. Like when I broke my arm. But, we got the, I was making jokes, because I was feeling that I just said, I can get me a bigger wheelchair, you know what I mean? I can control it myself, because it had small wheels. And then we get in line for him to sort us out. I'm thinking, mate, fucking hell, could be dead by the time fucking I get here. I'm going to be sick in front of all these people who are waiting for their turn to get sorted. And I didn't, thank God. I started feeling normal for a long while. And then this woman's outside, stood there normal, and then my woman who's looking after me says, hey, give this woman your wheelchair. I'm like, why? What's up with her? She's standing up, she's normal. Then I thought, yeah, fuck it, I'm not going to argue, I'm fine, mate. So I did it, and she says, oh, so what you done? I said, well, I took fucking paracetamol, and I overdosed it. And she's like, oh, well, go see the doctor, he'll be out soon, sit over there. So I'm like sitting down there, Um, fiance's feeling a bit upset, and I'm just like, I'm fine, I feel fine. Then doctor comes out saying, "Hey, Richard Gibbons," and I'm like, "Okay, let's go." And he says, "Wait, we needle, ding ding, let's have a bit of that blood." I'm like, "Mate, no way, I don't like taking my blood." And she's there, and she says, "Yeah, let's take some." So I said, "Fuck it, take some then." So I fucking, Brendan Gurd it. She fucking stuck it in my arm, pulled loads out. Mate. And he says, "Right, I'll go and get it sorted. We'll be right back." So I said, "Okay." So me and my girlfriend are there. She's like, "Oh, you fucking idiot." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know." I know I'm an idiot. And then the mum says, "Oh, I'll be there soon, I'll come see you." And she did. She come over and says, "What have you done?" I says, "I'm starving, I ain't ate nothing. I'm tired. I've been sick, so I haven't got no food in me." And she says, "Oh, well, I got you this Amsani." So I'm like, "Yeah, an Amsani, alright." So, then doctor comes back and says, "Yep, you've, the paracetamol's alright, but now, but you still got to get rid of it, and also, you've, not my kidney, what is it now? My liver's had a kick in, my liver needed sorting out." So I says, "Okay, well, what are we going to do?" And she says, "Well, I'm going to put this thing in your arm and you're going to go lay in bed." I'm like, "What, I'm going to be here all night?" You know what I mean? I feel fine. She says, "Yep, you're going to be here all night." I'm like, "Motherfucker, I hate being away from my family in a strange place. I'm feeling sick again at this point. I'm fucking, oh mate, it was fucking awful." And she sticks this thing in my arm. Still got bruises a bit now, but she sticks it in and she puts tape around it, and because she already took a sample to get blood out of, it gushes out, and I'm looking at it and it's coming out, and I mean it's coming out. She puts towels over towels on it, gushes through all of it, and obviously I start feeling hot because I'm sick. I don't think it's because I'm scared of blood, because I've never been queasy about blood. I'm fine about blood, but it was coming out. I mean, it was coming out, and fucking I felt queasy. I want to be here all night. I want my girlfriend to go home and be safe, but I don't want to be left alone in this strange place. I'll proper shit in it. And then she says, "Right, I'll put you on. Come over and see. Go back outside. Wait for nurse thingy." And I'm just here staring at it for fucking ages, like, "Mate, I don't like this. I'm not looking forward to this, Katie. I don't like this." She's like, "Oh, it's right. You'll be fine. You know what I mean? I've done it. Your mum's done it. We've all been at hospital." So I get put on a bed and he says, "Yeah, just sit here and wait for a bed upstairs." So I'm like, I'm sat there, I'm like, "Mate, I'm going to be sick again." Katie's mum's there. I'm like, I don't want to be sick in front of my fiance's mum, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. And, it came up. I was sat there thinking, I want Katie to go home because she's laid on the floor, but I don't want to be left alone in this strange place. And then my brain's like, "You got to get home." I'm feeling closed in. I'm puking and feeling like I'm gonna cry and feeling all this. It's fucking awful, I swear to God. And I've got blood in me. I can't move my arm because I've got a metal rod in there. And then I'll be sick. And Katie's mum's at side like that, like, "Oh, disgusting," sat behind me, and Katie's just there like I'm a fucking idiot, and I'm like, I know. And then they say, "Hey, we got you a bed upstairs, let's go." And then they say, "Can you walk?" I'm like, "Yeah, I can fucking walk, I'm fine." And then, I feel fine. So we walk upstairs, and here's a bed, and I say, "Shut the curtains around the bed. I don't want to be near seeing it," because I was like around everybody who'd done everything bad. So I was like, just go around the curtain, and just cut me off from everybody. Don't want to see nothing. I want to relax. So I'm sat on this chair like this for fucking ages, just like, what am I gonna do with myself? And then Kate says, "Right, I gotta go." My mum wants to go. I'm like, you know what I mean? I'm fucking shitting it. I'm like, I can't. And I says, "Well, it's best. So I said, "Okay, you can go. Like, I love you. Give you a kiss. Bye bye." And then I get in bed as soon as I feel okay. I think, right, I'm gonna get that sleep I need. And my belly's like, "Hey, it's time to be sick again." And I'm like, for fuck's sake. So I'll be sick again. And I'm like, when you're so sick that in your face looks like it's being pulled back. It's like red as fuck. It's like, oh mate, fucking hate it. So I'm like, I'm being sick so much that I start to force myself, like, puking it out fucking as much as I can, so then none comes back up. And that sandwich came out, what I'd eaten, just saw the only thing in my belly, puke it out. I'm like, fuck it, I don't give a fuck. Put it outside in my bed. Nurse comes in like, oh, I'll take care of that. I'm like, mate, I don't like, if this was my job, I don't think I'd be picking up people's puke as happy as you are. But they get paid for it, but not enough in my book. But yeah, and then I said, shut my curtain please, and she was like, no problem dear. And then I keep sending her in saying, I've got toothache now, toothache fucking kicks in. She's like, okay, I'll go tell doctor. And I'm like, okay, well, it's fucking killing, so speed up please. And it took ages for it to come back, and I'm just here dealing with it like that. And she's like, doctor says you can have some after we spoke to you. I'm like, alright then, where's doctor? And doctor comes in, an African man, African accent, skin coloured, really dark skin colour, like an African. Please don't think I'm being racist. But yeah, he comes in. I can't really understand him. He's got a really strong African accent, and he starts touching my feet and that, touching my, my belly and stuff. And I find it a bit weird. But he does what he's got to do. He starts touching my feet up and that. I'm like, don't do that, mate. I've got athlete's foot, which I do at the minute. And he says, oh, you should probably get that checked out. And I'm like, yep, I'll get that sorted. Which I haven't, because I've had it since I was like 6, and I keep fucking keeping it because it's fucking so nice to itch. But I should probably still get rid of it though, because it's pretty bad for me. But anyway. He says, can I have some? And he says, and then I couldn't understand him. He says, oh, you can. So I only just thought to myself, he said, I can have it when I need it, and I need it fucking now. But the nurse came in and says, oh, how you doing? Are you settled? I'm like, yeah. And she's like, hey, let's take some blood. I'm like, for fuck's sake, I'm trying to sleep, mate. I got toothache. I need these paracetamol. She's like, I says, I need it. Doctor didn't give me none. She says, yeah. She says, you can have it when you need it. I says, I fucking need it. Please. Well, I didn't swear, but I says, I need it, please. So she gave me it. Finally got to sleep. I'm like, nice. And she says, hey, Richard. I'm like, what? She says, hey, it's time to take some more blood. Oh, for fuck's sake. And she says, and we're going to prick your finger so we can do a sugar test on your blood. I'm like, fuck's sake. And then they started doing it every 2 hours, taking blood. And it's like, man, this is why I feel queasy. I got no fucking blood. And then sick's back again, nice sick again. And the day after, I feel like, man, I feel absolutely fine. I haven't been sick for a long time. Maybe I can eat. So I start eating. I'm like, yes, it gets morning. Katie says she's going to come see me, my fiance. And I'm like, oh, hello. I'm fucking loving it. She says, how you doing? I says, it's shit. I said, next time you come, bring me my laptop. And she says, yeah, we'll do. And then, I just sit there and eat my food with my fiance. And my mum came too. And then I got to sleep again that night. Toothache came back. And I was like, for fuck's sake. And she's saying more blood, and at this point I'm just fed up of it all. I'm just, when I want to get home, I says, can I go home today? And she's like, nope, your liver's still bad. I'm like, well, how far has it gone up? She says, like, it'd gone down like 10%. I'm like, for fuck's sake. So then I go to bed, Kate goes home. She says, the doctor comes in and says, hey Richard. I'm like, you got more blood there? She says, nope, you're getting moved up to the stroke ward. I'm like, I haven't had a stroke, but as long as it's quiet. So they moved me up there and put him in the elevator, and I'm still laying in bed here. I think it's pretty cool. But yeah, so I made a joke. I says, oh, this room's better, more space. And she says, what? And I says, it's more space. I was making a joke. She says, oh, it's been a long night, sorry. I'm like, well, okay. And then she puts me in this room. Oh, it's nice and dark. Everybody, because before, when I was sleeping in the first ward, everybody was like screaming and stuff, like in pain, and I had to just deal with it. It was like being in, like World War II and shit, people screaming, and there were a deaf man who couldn't hear, and he kept screaming. It was like bad as fuck. Definitely not a place you want to be. So I'm there, everybody's snoring, it's nice. I got this man across from me called, the front of me called Dunlop Griffiths. I didn't talk to him, but he seemed like a good man. And a few minutes I'd have it. Everybody around me had had a stroke, so everybody's looking bad, you know what I mean? So I closed the curtain again. I didn't want to see people in this state. It just made me upset. And then my mum and Katie come, and we start having funny. Katie says, use your laptops, and I call my mate B-Ray, and I call my family, and I post on Facebook to everybody that I'm fine. And I posted on the channel that I'm in hospital, so I can't do the stream on Wednesdays. And I had some fun then. And then it got to home time. I says, doctor, can I go home today? I really want to go home. I'm fed up with this shit. He says, nope, you're in another night. And basically now I'm getting pissed off. Like, I'm fed up with this shit. I can't, like, I can only just fucking process food, and I'm getting no good of it until Katie comes, and I just want to go home. I can eat stuff and go on my own computer and everything. And then my arm starts getting weak on this side too, which I didn't like, but I think it's because I was laid on it too much. And it's really weird to look at them drips, what are putting stuff in your arm. It feels like you can see it going in your arm, and then there's like, we need to change it. I keep getting stabbed all the time during all this. And I'm on phone to B-Ray one night, and he's like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, yeah, mate, I'm sick, mate. Wearing my fucking hospital outfit, and she's like, mate, I feel sorry for you, and it's like, cheers, mate. And he cheered me up. He won't get home, and I was just chilling in the hospital, and checking out more Red Dead news. And he was just outside, like on screen, just like saying, how you doing, and all that. And I say, your mum, and he says, oh, your mum, and we have fun. He helped me through it. He helped me through it a lot. And then I say, right, B, I'll speak to you in the morning. I get some sleep. I try anyway. Obviously, this cunt kicks in, doesn't he? So I start going around the ward. I said, nurse, you got to give me some more ibuprofen. She's like, nope, you're not allowed anymore. You've had done your limit. I'm sorry. And I'm like, I'll try and pull through it. So I try and pull through it. And I walk around the ward, the square ward, over and over like this, like fucking a zombie, like fucking. And since I heard her on phone, she says, listen, this kid here's walking around in circles. You can't get to bed. You need to do something. And then I'm sat on my chair and I'm just walking back and forth, and I'm like, mate. And she's like, and then she comes in, she's like, the doctor says you can have morphine. I'm like, I don't know much about morphine, but I've heard it's some pretty strong shit. So I'm like, okay, thank you. She says, I says, wait, when can I have it? She's like, she'll sort it out now. That nurse particularly took a long time doing her thing, but she got it done. I had it. I fell asleep. And this, I got woke up again, and it was Katie by herself today, and I'm like, mate, I can eat something good. There's Katie. I says, can you give me some proper food? She says, I ain't got enough money for any proper food. But luckily her mum said she'll put us a couple of quid in so we can get a Subway downstairs, something to eat, a cafe or whatever. But we did get a Subway, and it was really fucking nice. You know what I mean? I'm feeling sick, and I got a Subway Coca-Cola. I was loving it. So I get upstairs. I say, hey, it's gone, because the nurse said it had to go down 10%. And it's gone down 10% now for sure. It went down 20 yesterday from it. And she says, nope, you're in now. And by the way, you're in another week. And I'm like, I am fucking not in another week. So I says, as soon as she walked away, I says to my fiance, I says, okay, tell her I'm signing my SNR. I'm not staying fucking here. Fuck that. She says, all I got to do is let it go down naturally. If I'm going to let it go down naturally, I'm going to do it where I'm somewhere comfy. And she's like, oh, well, I don't recommend. And now, I feel like I should have stayed, because it's not that bad. And it'll probably be best for me. But, I was just pissed off, so I says, I packed my shit up. I says, tell her I'm going home. I'm signing my SNR. And she says, oh, I don't recommend. I says, I know. She says, you do know, this problem with your liver, it could cause this. And I'm like, I know. I'm going home. I'm sorry. And then I go home, and then my mum and dad, Katie calls my mum and dad up, and my brother and sister, and says he's staying in. And they're all like, oh, sorry. And then I get loads of messages on Facebook saying, oh, I'm sorry, mate. And so I just leave them, and I go home, and then I walk in, and I was like, oh, you alright? You alright, did you? And I says, well, they didn't let me out. But I got out, and he's like, oh, well, and why? And I'm like, because they want me just to let it go down easy when I can do that at home. Comfort with my dog and my girlfriend and my mother and dad. And I guess I've been here now for a good 2-3 days, and I feel fine. My arm feels completely better. The bruises where the syringes have been going in and out are a lot better. I should probably take this off now. And I'm not going near paracetamol again unless I'm fucking dying and I'm not taking the natural daily dose of 4 every hour, 4 every 2 hours, I don't know. But I'm just going to take ibuprofen. I'm going to ignore that shit, and I'm not going to take a lot of ibuprofen. But yeah, go steady with fucking paracetamol, because even though you think they can't do nothing, they fucking can. And if you take too many, Jesus, you're going to be sick all day and your liver's going to... mate. So, yeah, I didn't know it could do that stuff, but trust me, it can. But anyway, that's my hospital story. But I'm feeling much better. Thank you to Raya and my family for helping me through it all. And thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like and a subscribe. My liver would greatly appreciate it. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you at the next one. Peace.
Bye bye.